Sometimes I have to sit back in awe. The video I did the other day about online begging is like the new economy? And I gave you some examples, like a lady wants to redo all her kitchen counters, spends $4,000 or $5,000 doing so, and has the nerve to do a GoFundMe campaign to ask people, would you mind helping pay for my kid to do ballet lessons? GoFundMe. You're going to spend $4 or $5,000 on new cabinets, and then ask everybody else if they mind giving you a couple bucks so your daughter can have ballet lessons or whatever it was. And there was numerous examples. This one right here, this is epic. This is the GoFundMe campaign of all GoFundMe campaigns. This is so this is so ridiculous. And yet serious to an extent. That number one, nobody, not one human being on the face of the earth could make this one up as a joke or anything. And I got news for you. This ain't no joke. Devastated trader crushed by soaring biotech stock price starts online begging campaign to fund his $106,000 margin call. Okay, hold on. I know I'm laughing and it's not... it's funny, but it's not funny. Because guess who else got a margin call one time? I had a mini futures contract on silver. It was $20 and some change. And it immediately dumped to $17 like that. There were no buyers all the way down to $17. I had my stops in place. They triggered. But if there's no buyers, it doesn't matter. So it keeps going until there's a buyer. And at $17, some buyers showed up. And my account was liquidated. So the $3,500 I had in the account was gone. And I got the margin call, which was actually an email. Same thing. You need to put another 300 or 500, I don't remember what the total was, into the account because you're way negative. We liquidated your account and you owe us some. So for $3,500 plus a little extra, I didn't get anything. I didn't have silver to show for it. All the little profit that I had made over the last few weeks playing the little game, or actually a couple weeks, I was playing some corn contracts, I think. I got some wheat contracts. Silver, I like silver. Let me get into silver. I won on the other ones. I win. I'm a winner. Yeah, great. I could do this in my sleep. I've been practicing with a little fake program they give you with the live stock feeds. I'm making money. I'm ready to go live. So I went live. $100 here, a couple $100 there, $100 here. Man, I can do this. And then I got that silver contract. And silver did not behave, strangely enough, like wheat or corn. Got a margin call. So, from Zero Hedge, less than a week ago, one of the countless fly-by-night biotech penny stocks, drug developer Calobios Pharmaceuticals, said it would wind down its operations and that it had engaged restructuring firm Brenner Group to help liquidate its assets. The company said it was, quote, highly unlikely that exploring strategic options could generate a viable transaction within the time frame, given its limited cash resources. So in other words, we're ready to go. Stock's ready to crash. I got to give you a little notice. That's what that was about. At that moment, the stock was trading between $1 to $2 per share, representing a market cap between 5 and 10 million, or in other words, liquidation value. And then, last night, America's most hated person, Martin Shkreli, whose price gouging antics were the catalyst that unleashed the biotech rout over a month ago, decided to get involved. As KBIO announced after the close, the company, quote, has been informed that an investor group comprised of Martin Shkreli and associates together have acquired more than 50% of the outstanding shares of Kilobaus, and the company is in discussions with Mr. Shkreli regarding possible direction for the company to continue in operation. Mr. Shkreli is the founder and chief executive officer of Turing Pharmaceuticals, a privately held biopharmaceutical company. So as a result of this, people were thinking the stock was going to crash and started shorting the stock. And it exploded to $16 a share. I'm going to read you the GoFundMe page of this guy. Title: I owe E-Trade $106,000. Ouch. That's what it says. Ouch. From Arizona. He's already raised, believe it or not, $2,971 of a $5,000 goal, apparently, by 131 people or donors in 18 hours. Oh, so there's actually an update. I'll read the update afterwards. Okay. Here's his pitch on GoFundMe. Hello to all you traders out there. I'm starting this page out of the recommendation of other traders in the community. Makes you wonder, has any other trader done this before? Oh, I lost my rear end. While I was making profit, don't bother me, I'm not giving you anything. Oh, I just lost my ass. Let me go to ask people for help now. Is that not the typical American mindset? Yes or no? Truly American. Truly American. George Bush Jr. I hesitated on doing this, but I literally owe E-Trade $106,445.56 as of this moment. What would you do if you were in my situation? I'll do what's needed and sell what I have to get them paid. But if someone feels my pain and is willing to help out, who am I to say no? If you don't want to donate, I understand. At least read my story of what happened today and protect yourself from the same thing happening to you. This is a terrible lesson for me, but if this helps just one person, then I'm happy I wrote this. I'm a fairly new trader. That sounds familiar. When I lost my rear end. Well, $3,500. I'm a fairly new trader, been trading since about March of this year. I have learned a lot about the community and trading. Well, not enough about trading, as you will soon hear. I have a fairly small account, but it's over PDT. As of this morning, it was $37,000. I kept it small because I wanted to manage risk. The most I can afford to lose is what I have in the account, $137,000. When I get some profits, I take them out of the account because I wouldn't want to lose more than $37,000. So he's been making profit and keeps $37K in there at all times. I'm wondering if he's sharing that profit with anybody. Absolutely not. Who the hell do these people think they are? It's my money. It's my brains. I'm the one trading. It's my risk. I'm going to keep the money. Well, until I just lost everything. I was holding KBIO short overnight for what I thought was a nice $2 fade coming. At the close of the bell, I saw the quote montage clear out and figured today there was no action after hours in the stock. So I went to my office for a long meeting. I got out of the meeting and saw a message from one of my buddies. He asked if I was okay since I was short KBIO. My heart dropped. Quote, shoot, did I blow up my account? Everything I just worked for? I don't want to lose all $37,000. That would be terrible. It was much worse. The stock was at $16 and my account was negative over $100,000. I figured it was a mistake. E-Trade would never let that happen. They must have cut the position when my account got to zero, right? Nope. I immediately called them and they confirmed I still owe all the shares. He says that it got out of hand too fast for them to cover me. He says that all he can do right now is cover. I was devastated. I asked him to cover at $16, and he waited, trying to find me a good exit. I told him to do it ASAP, and the fill was around $18.50 on average. At the moment, not only is my $37,000 gone, but I now owe E-Trade the negative balance of over $106,000. I owe 106, and the 37K is also gone. Not in the equation anymore. It's see ya. I always knew I could blow up an account, right? You know this going into it. It's what he's saying. I always knew I could blow up an account, and I was financially able to afford to lose the 37K. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that E-Trade would not have some sort of stop or circuit breaker in place that would automatically cut a position if the account went to zero. How could they ever let it go to minus 144K loss on an account that small? Also, why did I have to call them to find out what was going on? Why did they not alert me or call me when it went negative? Oh, I don't know, because there's probably hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of other people using E-Trade, and it's all computerized. I'm never one to ask for a handout, and honestly, I'm kind of not sure if I should post this, but here we go. I'm sure it will cause lots of controversy on whether or not I deserve even $1 donation, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Anything you traders can do to help me get a little out of this hole would be a blessing for me. Anything donated will go 100% to simply paying E-Trade some of this $106,000. My plan moving forward is to liquidate mine and my wife's 401k and try to work out a payment plan with E-Trade. I'm also going to ask them to help me out in some way. That's a long shot. I will pay them and be back trading, only with set stops this time. What an expensive lesson that was. I hope my story helps someone else from the same. Here are the screenshots of the damage. He shows his account losses. I got a problem with the... hold on, this guy's name again? Joe Campbell. Listen, Joe. My name's Joe. Joe, listen. I will pay them and be back trading, only with set stops this time. Joe, listen to Joe. I had stops in place, and if there's no buyers on the way down, stops don't do anything, and it becomes an instant sell at whatever the next available price is in which buyers are available. And when my $20 silver went down to $17 silver, my $3,500, as I said, was wiped out, plus a few $100s more in margin fees that I had to pay because it went so bad below. And I got nothing out of it. I did not think for 1 second, I'm going to get back in there. Must have just been a market, just a rainy day in the market. Joe, what you don't understand, my friend, my poor American soul friend, the markets are rigged. And everybody who was short on that stock, the club, the banker boys, know exactly how many people are short for exactly how much, and can make a move and say, oh, we're going to wipe all of these people out by pushing the price up in the share of this company. And trust me, Joe, you and probably thousands and thousands and thousands of other people just like you did the same thing, just like you, thinking I can game. I know the system. This is bad news, and the stocks are going to go down on this one. And out of nowhere, left field, comes this ridiculous nonsense. We've got a guy who's going to fund this all of a sudden, and the price explodes. Heads they win, tails you lose, Joe. And just for your own sake, Joe Campbell, I'm going to do you a favor with my magic 8 ball. And whatever Magic 8 Ball says, I'm going to advise you to do. Should Joe Campbell get back into the stock market at all? Ask again later. I got to end this video, so later is now. Should Joe Campbell get back into the stock market Magic 8 Ball? Signs point to yes. Signs point to yes. Joe, you didn't learn your lesson the first time. Get back into the market, my friend. It sounds like an excellent idea.